Hi everybody, and welcome to video 5 in our Red Velvet series. And this is my design team project for LineDotArrow, and it's also a LineDotArrow challenge month. Now, before I had said collaboration month, and that was incorrect because the other 3 Facebook groups involved will not be giving freebies this month. Just the LineDotArrow Facebook group, which is LineDotArrow Junk Journal group. So that was my fault, and that's my correction for you. So now let me go on to explain what a LineDotArrow challenge month is. It's the same as a collab month, only you can only get the freebies from LineDotArrow. You can get them at the Facebook group, like I mentioned. You can also get them at her Ko-Fi shop, and you can also go to her YouTube videos every week. There's one every Saturday that explains what she does with the challenge freebies, and then of course you can do whatever you want. And then the link to her Ko-Fi shop is there. Of course, like I said, these links are going to be below this video as well. So what you do is every week she does the challenge video. Then every week you either take the freebies and make the challenge project that she made, or you have purchased one of the 3 kits. I'm going to show you that real quick in a second, and you make a project that includes both or just the kits. Well, that's good for you because there's a drawing in all 4 Facebook groups. There is still a drawing in all 4, and for each picture, for each post you make, then you get an entry into the drawing. So you want to post your posts to each one of the Facebook groups that is participating, and that way you can get an entry into the drawing for each group. All right, so now if you use just the freebies, you get 1 entry. If you use the freebies and the papers, you get 2, and if you use just the papers of the kit or kits, you get 2. Please make sure that you tell me what you used when you post in my groups, whether you use the freebies only or the freebies in the kit or just the kit, so I know what to do. And also please mention if you're a design team member, because you don't get to go in the drawing. I'm sorry. You already have all these kits anyway. Where was I at? Okay, the 4 groups that are involved in the drawing are LineDotArrow Junk Journal group, TwoSistersJam, Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group. Those last 2 are me. And let's see, every week's a challenge, every week the freebies. Okay, now the kits that we'll be using is, I'm using Red Velvet, hence the series being called Red Velvet. So I'm using mainly this. Then I'm added in some of the Photographer's Work kit, which is 25 pages. Huge kit, just like it says. And then this one, the Vintage Old Script Ephemera Paper Pack, has 27 pages of these old tickets and receipts and papers and letters and things like that. You really should pick this one up. I'm not saying it just because it's me and I'm in the challenge group or whatever, but just because there's 27 pages of these that you can use in every single one of your projects. Okay, so you can pick these up at 30% off this month, April of 2024, at the LineDotArrow Etsy shop. And then everything else in the shop is on sale for 20% off to celebrate her 4th anniversary at Etsy. Yay! Congratulations, Nathalie. I think that's everything. The challenge month started April 6th. I just wanted to mention that. And so it's going to run a little bit late. The drawing's not going to be until March 5th, and the challenges are going to run through March 3rd, just so you know. But just make sure to keep an eye in the Facebook groups, because we post the challenges every week as an event, and you can read the dates on them and see how long they run. And also, of course, we post like crazy in both or all 4 groups, and we do these videos as well with my incoherent description. All right, so I guess it's because I'm kind of freaked out because my first video starts tomorrow and I do not have the cover done to take a picture. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do what we had planned. I went ahead and did some of this. I added this as a belly band on this tag instead of decorating it, and then added this little tag on top of the tag. And then, like before, then these swing out. And I may do something on those if I have time, but I don't need to do that to take pictures of the cover, which is the main deal. Okay. And we still need a big card for here, for under here, which is the belly band. And I still need 2 cards for here. I need a card for here. Up as a belly band, blah, 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 blah. Oh, and then the pocket here. There's a flip up here. Remember, I need a card for here and a card for here. And I'm going to leave this as a writing space. So none of those things need to be done in time for me to do a picture of the cover. So we're going to go ahead and do these 2, which is what we were going to do in this video anyway. And then we're going to do one more video, and that's going to be the covers. You know, I didn't think about this, but I needed something to do for this, so I may pause it and see. Now all we're going to do on this, now this is a little wide, so we're going to have to trim it down a little bit, is we're just going to basically cut it in half and put half on the top and half on the bottom. I love these. I think they're great. So let's go ahead with the width, since it's going to be the same on both, or we want it to be the same on both. And let's take off from this side. So let's turn it upside down temporarily, spinning the video on its head, so to speak. I think I'm the only one laughing at my jokes today. I don't hear you guys. So it must be bad joke number 3. I think it's 3. Try that and see. Okay, that looks good. Let's fold it in half. Now we're going to have a little bit at the bottom to cut off, and you'll see why in just a second. It was just a teaser. See, I'm not really going to tell you. Just a tease. I may have to roll my sleeves up. Oh, my hands are so cold though. And it's April, and it's 50 degrees outside this morning for some crazy reason. Yesterday, I think it was 39. Totally insane. Okay. So now we're going to... Alright, so we're going to have to take a little bit off the top. So we're going to put these like this. Gotta love lining up that lace. Well, all we have to do is line up the edges of the paper. But that leaves us extra at the top. So we're going to have to cut this one off about here. And we're going to end up doing the same thing on the other side. Okay. Wow, my stomach is making all kinds of weird noises. And then we'll just put them on like this. You can see even the signatures will all line up, hopefully. But we are going to ink it. We're not going to try to make it hidden. Now, I accidentally left this open. I didn't do any videos yesterday. See, bad me. Wasn't thinking. I was in the middle of doing a electronic journal design, which was my first one, so it's very simple. Anyway, before I tell you that, I'll tell you this. So I spritzed it, just barely, with a little bit of water, and I smeared it around with the dauber, and it seems to have helped it. It was kind of dry before, but now it seems to be working better. It was really. I thought, oh no. But now it looks like it's soaked in a little bit, which is good for us. Anyway, what I was going to say is I'm going to start doing some electronic journals, which means you can purchase them and download them, just like you would something from Etsy, and then you can just print it out. I've done a cute little dream journal that's 7 days, so you only have to print it out once a week, and then you put it in a notebook, and then you've got a dream journal. Now, a friend of mine says she's always waking up having had dreams that she wants to write down, but she never thinks to have paper and pencil. And then you just got a notebook with a bunch of scribbles in it. This has it has a place for scribbles. Go figure. But it has the page where you write down whether you dreamed or not, but then it also has a page with lines for you to write down what the dream was that you had. If you have more than one a night, you might want to print out a couple extras of those pages. And they're PDFs, so you can print off whatever page you want. You don't have to print the cover every time, you know what I mean, or whatever. You can just pick which pages you want to print. So it's got the one, do you remember, or did you dream? You know, a little brief thing of the dream. So basically you fill that out the next day, the next morning, like you would a regular journal. And then when you wake up, though, from your dream, you can write it down right away on the lined area. And then there's a doodle page. So it's a dot page, like a dot journal, but it's for you to draw something if you want to draw something from your dream. I know sometimes I've had scary dreams, and it would be kind of helpful if I had drawn what had scared me, and then I could look at it and go, well, that's stupid. Especially the one where I dream of the twisters coming after me. I had a scary thing happen when I was a kid with a tornado. And now, to this day, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but to this day, many, many years later, all right, I'll tell you how old I am. I'll be 62 this year. To this day, I have dreams about tornadoes chasing me, like several at a time. And it's very scary when you're in the dream, because in the dream, I'm a child. And the tornadoes are chasing me. And somehow I feel like I'm a child. Do you see what I mean? I'm not like an adult going, oh, I'm a child in this dream. No, I have the same emotions and everything as if I really were a child. It's really bizarre, actually, if you think about it. Okay, so we've got that on there, and we left enough room so that we can see the stenciling around. So now let's flip these over. Remember, we put the magnets on already. Or I did. I think these new ones are a little bit thicker than the other ones. I thought they looked like they were a smidge thicker. Now we're going to take this one and we're going to do the same thing. So let's do the width. Let's cut off the brown instead of the green. This one doesn't really need to be trimmed on the width. Why is that? How can that be? I must have cut the other one in. Well, that's the other half of this one. We just did it. All right. Just so it matches. I'm going to take a little bit off of this side. It's too much. Okay. Good grief. So anyway, so the journal. Duh. Got sidetracked with my tornado story. So the little journal has the Did You Dream, then the page for the full dream, so that would be the page you'd have open laying by your bedside. Then and the doodle page, right? Your doodle. And then after that is your after 7 days is a 7-day tracker, so you can flip to the back and track how many days you slept that or dreamed that week. Cool. So that's all it is. You just print it out every week. You just fill it out, stick it in a little journal, make a little journal cover for a notepad, or not a notepad, a little notebook. Easy peasy. You guys are journal makers. You can make a little cover. There is a cute little cover that you can print out when it says My Dream Journal. My Dream Journal. Anyway, so you'll be able to get it at my Ko-Fi shop here in just a day or so. Yay! In fact, it'll be up there by the time you see this video. Very inexpensive. I'm not going to tell you how much because I don't really know yet. Very, very little. Under $5. And I may well, anyway, so you should check it out. Ko-Fi link is below the video. There's free stuff there. There's I don't know if you watched my other tutorials, my older ones, when I did the PDFs that did the step-by-step of how I did it, each book. Well, I still have those files. Now, if you're a member of the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, not the junk journal tutorials and more, just the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, you can get all of those, every one of them, for free. If you are not, you can go to the Ko-Fi shop, and then most of them are free. And then some of the newer ones that are the lap books and such, than it costs to get the PDF to follow along with the YouTube videos. Now, the YouTube videos are free. Also, since we're talking about my Ko-Fi shop, because I'm very excited, I just started doing this. My Ko-Fi shop also has books in it. Books that I've made for sale. I know. The Hoarder is selling some of her books. So, you can check that out. There's a couple of lap books. The Ring-Bound Rudolph book from Christmas in July. There's a two-piece I believe it's two pieces. Yeah, Bluebell books that you've never seen before, because why? I'll tell you why in just a second. There's the Grunger Art book series. You know, there's like a book and a folio and those that keychain, the black and white. It's the black and white one. There's also memberships. So I started a membership area or group, and this is how it works. If you're a bronze member, which is just a couple bucks a month, if you're a bronze member, then you get a 10% discount in everything in the Ko-Fi shop. You get some freebies, I believe, and there you go. If you're a silver member, which is the next step up, I don't have a gold yet. Couldn't figure out what I would do for gold. Doing so much for the silvers. Then you get a 20% discount, and that pretty much pays for the membership. But then you also get exclusive. Now, I don't publish these anywhere else. Video series, and that's where I get the books from that you've never seen before. I figured, since I'm making them anyway, I might as well record it. And I'll probably make a couple that aren't recorded because I make them much quicker. Because I'm not yakking, I guess. Plus, I'm not, you know, telling what I'm doing, showing the measurements, all that good stuff. Anyway, so I'm very excited about it. I hope you guys will drop by. At least follow the shop. Then when I post things, I send out a little shout out real quick. Nothing big. No big sales letters or newsletters or anything like that. Just a quick post to let you know that I've added a new book or whatever to the shop, and it'll all be fun. I think it would be great. You just follow along. Maybe something will catch your eye. You never know. So that's my spiel. Did you like it? Anyway, it's Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Sweet Pea Papers. Very original. I like naming everything the same. That way you guys can just do a search, probably for Sweet Pea Papers on the internet. And all kinds of fun stuff will show up. I haven't tried it. I'm going to try it right after this video just to see what happens. Now that I've said it, I'm going to get out the old Google machine. Heard somebody call it that, a Google machine. I think it was on TV, but I'm not sure. Like as a joke on maybe one of the news shows or something. I don't know. Probably Morning Joe. All right, now I'm going to leave this a writing area, I think, because with the frame and everything, I don't know, I might put some ephemera down in here maybe. I'm going to have to think about that. So I'm going to put you on pause while I figure out something to do over here. I totally forgot. And then if we have enough time, oh wait, you know what? We had a flip down somewhere, didn't we? Right here. This whole thing is a flip down. I knew we were getting away with too much easiness. Look, we have 2 more pages to do. All right, let me think about this, and then we'll come back and I will figure out something to do and we'll do it. Okay? All right, I'll see you in just 1 sec. Alrighty then. So here's where we left off, of course, with me discovering the flip down. So we need to do pages 8, 9, and 12. Now we're going to do 8 and 9. I still forgot to set something aside for 12. On page 8, we're going to do a just a triple pocket. We need to cover the magnet, but we also need to be able to have the magnets still attract to each other. We don't want to waste them and cover them with too much paper. So we're going to, let's see, we're going to be cutting these up, so let's go ahead and cut them in half so we have the other half. Sorry about that. I guess I could have done that before. Didn't really think about it. All I thought was, oh, we'll just cut the pockets off of there, which we're still gonna do, but we'll save the other half. I'm gonna have enough paper now that I've printed out the photographers. I don't remember the name of the kit. The photographer's work. Yeah, that's what I thought. I have a ton of pages, so what I'm probably going to do is set them aside. I have these zip bags that I got from Temu that are huge. They're like A4 sized, or something like that. Anyway, they're huge and they hold quite a bit, and I've got a couple of them with papers set aside. I had to put a sweater on over my sweater. I'm not kidding, I'm freezing. And so I'll be able to do another project with this, and I'll probably do a Ko-Fi video set with it. In other words, you won't be able to see them unless you're a Ko-Fi Silver member, or you can buy them. I think $1 a video, which I think is pretty reasonable. It means I'm getting paid $1 an hour. Yeehaw. I'll try not to get too excited. Okay, so now I'm going to make this the size of the page because it's what I'm going to use for the page. So I'm going to cut it here. I'm going to cut it here, and then I think we'll probably have to cut it down a little bit because remember I made that error in measuring and everything is small now. Okay, cut this top off. I have blood all over my fingers. I have so many cuticles that have lost their minds. I've broken 2 fingernails. I don't know what is going on. Okay, just a little bit off the width. I think just a skosh off the height too. I'd like to see some of the stenciling since I took all that time to do it. Let's see how that looks. Okay, that pencil mark off there. All right, so this will be our paper. I can't believe I forgot that. No wonder this is sticking open. I haven't decided if I'm going to put a closure on it or not, because the topper that I have planned is going to be difficult to put a closure on. Let's see. That's right, I cut a smidge off of the height, didn't I? Okay. Got this one. So this is going to go here. I'm going to cut a thumb hole in it. I'm wondering if I should put this on the book as a pocket. We could do that. Then we would need to make this narrower. Need to put that second tag in there. Oh, come on. There it goes. Okay. Let's see. If I put this on the page like this as a pocket, then I would need to cut off this much. So basically we're making the book the page instead of having a page. So we've got this sitting back this far as a pocket. Then we'll have this sitting back this far as a pocket. Let me bring it up just a little bit so I can see where I have to measure for the depth. We already cut for the height. Cut it right there. should be about twice as much as we did for the first one. Okay, and then hopefully that gives us enough room to get this image on there. We're gonna have to cut it right about there. No, we'll cut this off and then reevaluate. Let's cut that flowery border off. Okay, now let's take a look. Yeah, well, we're not going to cut this side any shorter, so we're just going to have to trim this side. You know, my phone always goes off. It hasn't gone off yet, but the computer just did, so the phone will. But it does it every time, doesn't it? Okay. I walked over to my computer desk instead of my paper trimmer. There it goes. Finally, that took a long time. Alright, now that should be our third and final pocket. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to put them all this way. And line them all up this way. And then we'll cut the thumb hole. Whee! That was fun, wasn't it? Confetti flying everywhere. Alright, then we'll ink them. Well, at least the ink is juiced up. We have to ink all of them to get rid of the white edge. Can't believe how well that little bitty spurts of water worked. I would like to emphasize little bitty, not very much at all. Just a little tiny bit on the surface. Okay, so that's going to go there. This one, I was going to make them shorter than the magnet and use this full page so there wouldn't be so much in front of the magnet. Darn it. Well, we'll have to try it and see. That's all we can do. If I end up losing 2 magnets, then I end up losing 2 magnets. I think they're 10 cents each. So it kind of adds up pretty quick then, doesn't it? If you put in a bunch that you don't end up using because there's too much paper. We do have the Velcro dot option. Yes, they are Velcro brand. Like Velcro's gonna come get me, right? You guys gonna turn me in for saying Velcro when they're not Velcro? We all know they're Velcro dots. I don't care what they say. So let's glue this one on as a pocket. That means I have to make more cards off camera. More. That was pretty quick. Probably design team stuff. And I'm sorry about confusing challenge and collab. You're still going to get freebies from Nathalie over at LineDotArrow Junk Journal group, Junk Journal group Facebook group, or her Ko-Fi shop, which is ko-fi.com, ko-fi.com /line.arrow. Okay, so we got that one glued on as a pocket, and a pretty darn big one at that. And we'll get this one glued on as a pocket. Okay. Make sure we get our thumb thing on the right side and our camera right side up. We'll get that one put down. Okie dokie. So now we got those. And see, there's only going to be one card. Oh no, there will be two, 3 cards over the magnet. I don't know about this last one, you know, going over the magnet. I forgot to look and see which way the tape was going, you know, whether it was going left and right. Like the tape on this one, no. This one, I ended up making a belly band here instead of just leaving it as a writing space. But the belly band on the magnet under here, the tape on this side is kind of iffy, so it's difficult to get the card in and out unless you do it from the right hand side. a little secret we'll keep to ourselves. Okay, so we've got that done. Page 9. We should get done in just a jiff. I guess if I'll quit yakking. We got 15 minutes left. That should be enough. We're going to put this here. Let's, the width should be pretty good as far as catching all of them. I don't want it right up to the edge. Silly me. Then right about here. Okay, let's do that first. This is still the only scrap. There's some trash, the little bitty pieces, but this is still the only scrap I have, believe it or not. I have 2 scraps after this. Now, where did I put this mark? Oh, it's in front of, next to that one. Okay, now I've got that scrap too. Okay, so we've got the width, or we should have anyway. Pen was, or my pencil was stuck to a magnet. Okay, then the height works out as well too. Okay, let's ink this real quick. And then all we're going to do is put this pocket on with this card. And of course we're going to cut the gussets off. Took me a minute to think of that word. And today's Tuesday, which is the day I only think on Tuesdays. So you would have thought, I would have thought of that sooner, since today is my thinking day. There we go. How you like that? All sounds very, very mysterious and thoughtful. Alright, so let's take the gussets off here. Yeah, you can see the dotted line through there, or I would leave it deeper. I wonder if that makes a difference. Yeah. Okay. This has got a nice pattern printed on the back. The fuzz from my blender that I'm not using to blend Well, I kind of am, but I'm not using it really the way it's supposed to be used. Okay, let's glue this on. The neighbors upstairs have a pseudo hardwood floor. In other words, it's that rubber vinyl, can even talk, that looks like wood, hardwood floor. I'm just going to put this in the center and just a smidge above the bottom. Okay, well, I got a little bit of extra glue coming out. I guess I did a little extra gluing job there. So let's glue this to the book, and then we'll have done 4 pages in this video. Then all we have left to do is 12. The back cover and the front cover, I'm not sure. We're definitely going to do the front cover in the next video. The back cover is going to be simple. It's just going to be a piece of paper glued on so it's flat, so we can lay it down flat, I believe. But I have to determine about the closure. I think next time I do the stenciling, since it's a little time consuming, I think I will make the papers a little bit narrower so that you can see the stenciling more. I mean, you can see it here, and you can see it on that page that we left it on intentionally, this page, but we don't really see it much of anywhere else, not very much. Is that a card or is that the page? That's the page. Oh, that's right. And then this opens like this. I need another card for there. So ingenious. All right, so let's put the tag in. I'm wondering if I should put it in there now. Let's just check the magnet before we put the papers in, and then I'll take this card out until the glue dries. Okay, it holds right now, so we'll see. Well, that's just nifty neato. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.